It's a beautiful 80-degree evening here in Bourne as the Gatemen travel over the bridge to face the Bravos here at Doran Park for the final time this season. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky, Diamond Side, as we get you ready for this one. The Gatemen come into this game at 9-18 on a one-game losing streak. Same goes for the Braves at 13-11-3. Adam, both these teams looking for a bounce back, certainly more dire on the Wareham side of things.
Well, absolutely, and yesterday they let one slip away in a crucial matchup against Katuitt, but one last chance to get back in the win column before the All-Star break against a team that's been the standard of the West Division, Dan.
They will go against the starter, Noah Scott from Oregon State. He will toe the slab against Jason Wax, who is the leadoff man today for Wareham. He will dig into the left-handed batter's box as Scott gets himself onto the bump as we approach first pitch here at Doran Park. A beautiful evening. Noah Hobart, our home plate umpire, steps behind the dish. Mike Hinojosa at first and Anthony Brunetti over there at third. Scott dusts off the rubber, steps on it, right on left to start things off here at Doran Park. First pitch in there for a strike, an official 6:04 start time, 4 minutes behind our scheduled start. Wax did not start yesterday for Wareham, appeared as a pinch hitter in the bottom half of the ninth. Got a single, but Wareham didn't scratch across anything in an 8-4 loss to Katuitt. He fouls the 0-1 pitch off to the third base side, and he's quickly down. No balls and 2 strikes.
Wax back in the leadoff spot after a couple of games hitting more towards the middle of the order. Seeing the ball well. R.J. Hamilton gets the day off. Wax up to the top spot.
No balls and 2 strikes. Going against the righty Scott. Here's his pitch. Misses upstairs. 4-1. Scott making his 4th start of the season for the Braves. So far this year, he's pitched 12 2/3. Has led up 13 earned runs for a 9.24 ERA. So Wareham trying to pounce on him early. Here's the 1-2. Chopper over to the right side of the mound. It'll be Scott to pick it up himself. Flips to first in time for the first out.
And Wax just gets a piece of it and a 2-strike count. It was a nice job by Scott to stay away, but Wax just puts it in play, 1 down.
So Scott fields it himself. The defense today for Wareham is Berkeley Mabius behind the dish. He's caught 3 runners stealing on 8 attempts so far this year. Austin Hawk is over at third. Blake Schaff and Elliot Medlock, the middle infielders, with Josiah Overbeek at first. Left to right in the outfield, a familiar trio. Matt Bolton, Rustin Rigdon, and Luke Costello as the righty Foster Apple digs in. Scott ready for the first pitch. He fires it in the dirt near the left-handed batter's box, and it's 1-0. Scott uses a 3-pitch mix of sinker, slider, and the changeup, primary being the sinker at 65%. He goes to that here in a 1-0 count. He misses upstairs. 2-0 to Foster Apple, who moves up in the order today for Ryan Smythe. Yesterday, he was the 6-hole hitter. Went 0 for 2. Did have a pair of walks, though, and gets the promotion to the 2 spot. Battling here in a 2-0 count. The pitch misses inside, and it's 3-0. After Apple, it's Connor Cuff, the third baseman, who's coming off a magnificent 3-for-5 day. Then Dylan Dubovic, who had 3 RBIs on a double yesterday. After that, Chase Cruson, he's in right field. Levi Clark in the 6th spot. Tony Lira at first. Henry DeGiorgio at short. And Noah Sheffield rounds out the 9 at second base. The 3-0 pitch. Get me over sinker in there for strike 1. Three balls, 1 strike. Scott working on the righty Apple. It's a long wind-up in motion to the plate. He comes set and comes home. Ground ball over to the shortstop, Blake Schaff. His first throw of the day is in time for the second out here in the top half of the first.
A nice job from Noah Scott. Among the 7 pitchers on this Bourne staff that have tossed more than 8 innings, Scott has the highest batting average against at .313. So Gatemen staying patient, a slow start through the first 2 hitters, but certainly imagine the matchup the opportunities will present itself.
Yesterday was a similar slow start. Wareham scored 1 run through the first 7 innings. It was unearned. Struck for 3 in the 8th, but by that point it was too late, and Katuitt ran away with the game 8-4. Now the lefty Connor Cuff at the plate takes a first pitch ball from Scott, and that loss yesterday certainly important for the standings. Wareham had a chance to pull into that 4th playoff spot in the West. Now they trail both Katuitt and Falmouth by 2 games, 4 points, heading into today. The 1-0 from Scott. Fouled back to the screen. Connor Cuff has really become a standout. He's been among the top half of the order the last few times he's been out there. Proved it yesterday, 3 for 5 with a double. Came around to score as well. His batting average sits at .360 through just 7 games. He's been seeing it really well for the Gatemen. Also provides some diversity, a lefty bat at the top of the order. 1-1 pitch, ground ball back to Schaff. He fields it short, throws to first, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Noah Scott. He gets all 3 outs by way of the ground out. Jordan Stevens coming onto the mound for Wareham in the bottom half here on Cape League TV.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A Plus Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Bottom half of the first here at Doran Park. Wareham going down 1-2-3 in the top half to the starter Noah Scott and Adam Hipsky. Jordan Stevens looks to do the same thing for the Gatemen as he toes the slab.
Yes, he does. One of the best starters this summer for Wareham. The 6'4", 210-pound right-hander went home for a couple of days during the MLB draft. He's back with Wareham, set to transfer to South Carolina for his senior season with the Gamecocks. He's pitched to a .84 ERA, Dan, across 10 2/3, has allowed just 3 hits and 1 earned run. 6 walks, 21 strikeouts. That's good for a nearly 18 strikeout per 9 inning.
He's been nasty. Made his last start against Falmouth. Pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. That was in that game that was postponed and resumed at a later date. By the time it was resumed, Stevens was at home for the draft. He will go against the shortstop Blake Schaff, stepping in from the left-handed side to start things here in the bottom half of the first. Stevens set, winds, and fires. First pitch misses down low. 4-1. But Stevens, a guy that loves to use the fastball to his advantage. It's really his bread and butter pitch. And so far throughout his 3 starts has given up just 1 earned run. He has been nasty. 1-0 clips the zone for strike 1.
And Doran Park, no radar gun set up on the scoreboard, so I don't get to watch that aspect, but mid-90s fastball that can get up into the upper 90s when he's really feeling it.
1-1. Runs inside on Schaff for ball 1. Schaff, the 5'11", 190 rising senior at Wake Forest, went 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. against Falmouth, did not play yesterday in what was a walk-off loss for the Braves against the Chatham Anglers. 2-1 pitch is cracked to the right side and through the hole over at first and second. A leadoff single for Blake Schaff here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Schaff continues to terrorize Wareham pitchers. Was 4 for 4 in the last matchup between these two teams, and then picks up that 5th hit in a row. Leadoff single.
He's been really good at the top of the order, a .310 batting average coming into today's game. Now it's Rustin Rigdon, the switch hitter, batting from the left side with Schaff over at first. Certainly a stolen base threat. He has 9 on the year. First pitch from Stevens is in the dirt for ball 1. It's been cruise control for Stevens for the most part in his starts through the first couple of innings, and the last time he pitched against Bourne on the 4th of July, went 4 innings with 1 hit, given up 8 strikeouts as well. 1-0. Finds the outside part of the zone for strike 1, so the Braves already matching their hit total the last time that they played Stevens in the first batter they sent to the plate. 1-1. Smack to the right side. It finds the glove of Sheffield at second. He tosses to first. Lira gloves it, steps on the bag, and that's a double play for the Gatemen. There's 2 down.
Yeah, right there off the bat, it sounded like Rigdon had gotten an absolute piece of it, but it goes right to Sheffield. Schaff caught off the base. Quick snap throw to first. 2 away.
It doesn't get much better than that. Andrew Costello at the plate from the right-handed side. The order for Bourne goes him, then his brother Luke out in right field. Berkeley Mabius, the catcher, bats 5th. Then it's Austin Hawk, the third baseman. Matt Bolton, the left fielder. Josiah Overbeek, the first baseman. And Elliot Medlock at second rounds out the 9. First pitch here to Costello is flown into center field. Wax doesn't have to even move a couple of feet. He makes the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Stevens. He lets up the single to Blake Schaff, but gets the double play. So both teams send the minimum here in the first, and we've got no score from Doran Park here on Cape League TV.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
Top half of the second here in Bourne. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. No score between the Braves and the Gatemen after a frame. It's the 4-5-6 sitters due up for the Gatemen. Here in the top half of the second, it'll be Dylan Dubovic, Chase Cruson, and Levi Clark, righty, lefty, and righty. As Dubovic gets ready to go, his last plate appearance last night cracked a 3 RBI double into the gap, which made it a 2-run game at the time, but then Katuitt put up 2 runs in the top half of the 9th, ended up winning the game. 8-4. No Scott ready for his second inning of work. Comes set on the bump and fires. Misses down low for ball 1.
This portion of the Wareham order, probably the most dangerous when it comes to extra base power, but a lot of swing and miss stuff. We'll see how Scott elects to attack this 4-5-6.
The 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2. You mentioned the strikeout. Dubovic has been certainly a victim of that. He's at 27 strikeouts coming into this game. Definitely not a mark you want to be near the top, and he's 6th in the league for punch-outs. He stares at a strike here on the 2-0, makes it 2-1. Tied with Katuitz's Jake Hanley at that mark. 2 balls and 1 strike. Scott readies and fires. Pitch is flown into right field. Charging is Costello. That ball drops in front of him in right field. That's a leadoff single for Dylan Dubovic and the first hit of the ball game for the Gatemen here in the top half of the second.
It flirted with the fair foul line, but dropped very fast in front of Costello. And a nicely placed hit from Dylan Dubovic, leadoff man aboard, and the first hit of the day for the Gatemen.
So now Chase Cruson, who's in right field, steps to the plate. This just his 3rd game with the Gatemen, but made a lot of positive progress last night after going 0 for 4 in his debut. 2 for 4 with the double yesterday. Looks to build on that with Dubovic at first. Scott set, fires. First pitch misses outside. 4-1. This is the first base runner that Scott has had to deal with all day long. Worked a 1-2-3 first, all by way of the ground out. One-zero pitch. Cut on and missed from Cruson. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a nice job right there from Scott. Powering the sinker by him in the middle of the zone. It tops out at about 95 miles an hour. Plenty capable to induce a ground ball. Bourne hunting the double play, but first, a look over at first on Dubovic, who slides in safely. Dubovic, not the biggest stolen base threat in the entire world, has 3 so far on the season. Has not been caught. Another look over at first. Dubovic scoots back to the bag, keeping a close eye on him. Neither team with a runner into scoring position yet in this game. Now Scott looks in, sets the tan glove to his belt, and comes home. Ground ball to the shortstop Schaff. He steps on the bag, throws to first, and that is a perfectly executed double play. 6-3, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Yeah, perfectly placed for Blake Schaff. Taylor made double play and
comes home. Ground ball to the shortstop Schaff. He steps on the bag, throws to first, and that is a perfectly executed double play. 6-3, and there's 2 outs here in the top of the second.
Yeah, perfectly placed for Blake Schaff. Taylor made double play, and after Wareham got one in the first, Bourne's defense helps out its pitcher, this time in the second.
Cruson grounded into a double play yesterday, continues that streak here today. Now Levi Clark from the right side with 2 down and the bases clear. Scott comes home. First pitch misses below the bottom rail for ball 1. That was Wareham's 19th double play that they've grounded into. 3rd most in the Cape League. Have not been helping themselves out. 1-0 pitch. Clips the top part of the zone for strike 1. Scott looking to face the minimum through 2 innings. Jordan Stevens got some help on the Wareham side of things with a double play ball in the bottom half of the first. And Scott looking to use that same help to go 1-2-3. 1-1 pitch is popped out of play on the first base side. We'll do it again at 1-2. Scott's looked a lot sharper today than he has in previous starts. Has gotten banged around a good amount, but he's looked confident out there today. All of his outs have come on ground balls. That sinker doing wonders for him. 1-2. Cut on and missed for strike 3. There's the first K of the day for Noah Scott. It comes here in the top half of the second. He's faced the minimum through 2 innings of work, And after an inning and a half, no score here at Doran Park on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy! Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Bottom half of the second on a beautiful evening here at Doran Park. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. No score between the bottom half of the second on a beautiful evening here at Doran Park. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. No score between the Braves and the Gatemen. It'll be 4-5-6 for Bourne here in the bottom half of the second. Jordan Stevens looked solid. Gave up the leadoff single to Blake Schaff, but got some help from his defense in that first.
Well, absolutely. And any time that you can face the minimum in the first inning against this Bourne lineup, it doesn't necessarily get easier with Luke Costello, the leadoff guy, in the second inning. But listen, if you're Jordan Stevens and you get through 1, 2, 3 in the first like he did, even with giving up that single, you'll take that 10 times out of 10.
Well, we'll have to go up against Luke Costello, who has been smashing the ball for Bourne, a .268 average over 22 games. Him and his brother have been causing terror to pitchers throughout this league. Stevens ready. The first pitch here to the right fielder. Runs inside. 4-1. Batting from the right side. Costello and his brother Andrew both played this past season at Wake Forest, headed to South Carolina next year. The two staying together. 1-0 pitch. Misses upstairs with the breaker. 2 balls, no strikes. Yesterday, Costello was 0 for 3. Did have a walk. Also a pair of strikeouts. Now the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball over to the shortstop, DeGiorgio. Grabs it, throws to first. That's in time. 1 down here in the bottom of the second.
Excellent start for Jordan Stevens. 1 through 4. It's hard to find a lineup on the Cape that can be as dangerous as those guys. And it won't get easier from here, but if you get your first 4 outs against the first 4 hitters, you'll take it.
It's now Berkeley Mabius, the catcher, from the left side. Played this past season at Oregon. Headed to Mississippi State next year. Facing a fellow SEC arm. Stevens' first pitch in there for strike 1. Went to the fastball there. Mabius, the primary catcher the past 2 seasons for the Ducks. Hit over 300 for most of 2026, but finished at a .286 average. 0-1. Breaker in the dirt from Stevens, 1 ball and 1 strike. And so far here in the Cape League season, Mabius hasn't had his best stuff. 7 games, 200 average, but last night in Chatham, went 2 for 4 with an RBI double. Tied the game at 3 in the top half of the 8th. 1-1. Just misses down low, and then, of course, Chatham walked off that game in the bottom half of the 9th. Won that one 4-3.
Yeah, Junior Milwaukee, an absolute missile to right field. Goes opposite to win the game for the Anglers.
2-1 offering from Stevens. Fastball at the knees, called a strike. Wareham will travel to play Chatham one last time, that on July 28th. And that will be the last matchup between the two sides. currently that season series in favor of the Anglers 2-1. 2-2 pitch from Stevens, cracked out into left field. It's over the head of Dubovic. He didn't have a read on it the entire time. Hitting first and going to second is Mebius. He's going to try and go to third. The throw-in is offline. He slides in safely. A miscue in left field from Dylan Dubovic allows Berkeley Mebius to get all the way to third, and now the first run of this game just 90 feet away with one down.
Well, Dubovic sprinted in and misread it off the bat. It was well over the head, probably 10, 15 feet past Dubovic, especially when he sprinted in for about 5 or 10. And so then Mebius read it all the way, tried third. The throw came all the way into Cuff. And that's a tough play for Wareham.
Just a bad defensive read, and the relay couldn't get to third in time. Now Austin Hawk, the second baseman, batting from the right-handed side, looks at a first pitch strike from Stevens. Still waiting on the official scoring of that one, but you would assume a double, maybe an error on Dubovic for Mebius to get over to third. But Wareham brings the infield in, trying to prevent the run from coming home. 0-1 pitch, down in the dirt. Clark keeps it in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. It'll go down as a triple for Berkeley Mebius officially. His first triple of the season. 1-1 from Stevens. Misses with the off-speed down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mebius had just a triple in both seasons that he played with Oregon. Gets his first one here with the Bravos. 2-1. Big cut and a miss from Hawk. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hawk, a new addition to this lineup, the man from Wake Forest, standing at 5'10", 180. This just his 4th game of the season. But has already knocked in a few runners. He's got 3 RBIs up to this point, searching for 4. And a 2 ball, 2 strike count with Mebius at third. Here's the pitch. Fouled off to the right side. We'll do it again at 2-2.
And obviously, Jordan Stevens is a primarily fastball pitcher. But right now, a strikeout against Hawk would be massive. With your infield in, with just 1 out, give the chance to push them back a little bit.
Do not want to give him a fastball he can elevate for a sac fly. The 2-2. Called strike 3. Hawk is frozen. Stevens gets his first strikeout of the day in a huge spot, and there's 2 down in the bottom of the second.
Well, how about the best of both worlds, Dan? He can still throw the fastball and still get the strikeout. Austin Hawk didn't like the call, but it was right there, down and in. Hung him up. Strike 3.
Masterful pitch. Now the lefty Matt Bolton steps in. First time to the plate tonight. Still Mebius at third. First pitch from Stevens. Fastball down the middle for strike 1. Bolton has been a consistent figure in this lineup. This is 26th game of the year, batting .271. It's been a very successful summer for him. A rising junior at Binghamton. 0-1. Squares to bunt, pulls it back, and the pitch misses outside. 1-1.
The infield, especially the corners, playing back. And now Cuff takes a few steps in. Third baseman with his toes on the grass.
Was trying to catch him off guard there. Stevens comes set, delivers the 1-1. Big cut and a miss from Bolton. And now Stevens just a pitch away from putting up a 0 after the 1-out triple from Berkeley Mebius. He's feeling confident. Toes the slab, looks in, shakes off a couple of signs, now gets what he likes. Winds and fires. Bolton just gets a piece, fouls it off over near the Wareham dugout on the first base side. Do it again at 1-2. Bolton, 7 RBIs this season, searching for number 8 and to put the Braves up 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Stevens looking to get out of it. The 1-2, high and away for ball 2. Just a waste pitch there from Stevens. Wanted to try and get the chase from Bolton. A guy who does chase a lot. He's got 25 strikeouts on the season, which is good for 9th in the Cape League. bad for his sake. Stevens fires the 2-2. Off-speed pitch just misses on the outside corner. Levi Clark thought he had it, and the count goes full.
And Stevens has gone all around the strike zone to Bolton. Tried to go for back-to-back strikes in a similar spot this time. Just a pinch outside. Good take from Bolton.
A massive payoff pitch coming. Stevens delivers. Swing and a miss from Bolton. Back-to-back strikeouts from Jordan Stevens. Strands Berkeley Mabius over at third. And Stevens keeps this a 0-0 ball game. No runs, one hit, no errors, one left on base for Bourne here in the bottom half of the second. And after two, no score from Doran Park here on Cape League TV.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
We've hit the third inning here at Doran Park. Still 0-0 between the Gatemen and the Braves. 7-8-9 due up for Wareham here in this top of the third. Tony Lira, Henry DeGiorgio, and Noah Sheffield right, left, right. Adam Hipsky, the question becomes, how do you break through against Noah Scott? Wareham sent the minimum to the plate over the first two innings.
Well, I think you have to be patient with your approach. Scott's a starter guy, has been used to throwing a ton of pitches, but for Tony Lira, Henry DeGiorgio, and Noah Sheffield, you've seen some guys have success, but you've also seen a ton of your teammates roll over on pitches. So trying to stay true to your approach, get a barrel on it, and listen, Scott gives up some hard contact. You just have to wait for the pitch that he gives to you, and then you can try and generate some offense here in a scoreless game.
It's primarily a two-pitch mix against righties of the sinker and the slider. Lira steps into the right-handed batter's box. He was used as a pinch hitter yesterday in the bottom half of the ninth, took the place of Henry DeGiorgio, struck out on three pitches with runners at first and second and nobody out. Tries to erase that and get something started for the Gatemen. They've just got one hit up to this point. That came from Dylan Dubovic to lead off things last inning. Scott looks in, shakes off a few signs, now comes set, ready for his third inning of work. First pitch, runs in on Lira for ball one. Lira has been a mainstay among the Wareham order, 24 games for him, 192 batting average. The number's not where he would like them to be, but has shown up in the big moments a few times. 1-0 pitch, misses downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Most notable game for Lira came against Orleans a couple of games ago where he went 2 for 4, had a home run and a double, was seeing the ball really well in that game. 2-0 pitch, big cut and a miss. 2-1, that was the sinker right there from Scott, a pitch that he's had much success with in this game. All outs have come on the ground besides the strikeout he earned against Levi Clark to end things off last inning. 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Scott now on the verge of issuing his first walk of the ball game. Lira steps back into the box, raises the bat above his right shoulder. 3-1. Fly ball into left field. Bolton moves over, makes the play near the line in fair territory. 1 down here in the top of the third.
A nice job from Tony Lira there on a hitter's advantage. Saw a pitch that he liked up in the zone. It was a lot in the top third for Noah Scott in that battle, but Leroy just couldn't find grass, and on the hands tried to turn on it.
Now Henry DiGiorgio steps to the plate, batting from the left-handed side. He's the fourth lefty in this lineup. First pitch to him, dots the outside corner for strike one, and so far the three lefties that have come to the plate, Jason Wax, Connor Cuff, and Chase Cruson, all retired, all by ground balls by Scott. 0-1, finds the zone for strike two. DiGiorgio quickly into a no-ball, two-strike hole. Coming off an 0-for-3 day yesterday where he was pinch hit for in the bottom of the ninth for Tony Lira. 0-2, swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the evening for Noah Scott. Comes against Henry DiGiorgio, and there's two down.
Yeah, and a right on left. Scott continued to work away from DiGiorgio. All three pitches were on the outer third, trying to work it away from the left-handed hitter. Comes up empty on all three. And DiGiorgio down on strike. Second one of the day for Noah Scott.
Scott on the verge of facing just 9 batters, the minimum, through his first trip through this Wareham order. Noah Sheffield from the right-handed side steps in. First pitch to him is tapped behind the plate, foul for strike one. Just Sheffield's 9th game. Not the numbers he would have loved to start this season, as a little bat boy collision behind home plate. The Wareham bat boy just got beat out by the Bourne bat boy. He wins that battle. That'll be one that goes back and forth all game long.
We don't have our A-team out there today. No Sebastian.
0-1 pitch. Ground ball over to the third baseman, Hawk. He fields, throws across the diamond, makes it over there in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Scott. 9 up, and 9 have gone down over the first 3 innings of play for Noah Scott. Still a 0-0 ball game here at Doran Park on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom half of the third here in Bourne. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky. Still no score between the Gatemen and the Braves. It'll be 8-9-1 for Bourne here in the bottom half of the third. Jordan Stevens has worked around a little bit of trouble, has let up a hit in each of his first 2 innings, but no runs across yet.
Back-to-back strikeouts after a one-out triple, where he didn't get a ton of help from his defense, but with his back against the wall right now, the Wareham offense hasn't come through yet, but Stevens shuts the door, gets Hawk to go down looking, and then Bolton to swing.
It's Josiah Overbeek, the lefty, steps in to face Stevens to start things off here in the bottom of the third. Stevens winds and fires. First pitch, fastball, misses outside for ball one. Overbeek, the big 6'4", 235-pounder, transferring to Mississippi State next season from Army. 1-0. Fastball catches the top part of the zone for strike one. Set the single season record, 17 pumps with Army this past season. He was nasty over there. Earned himself the promotion to the SEC. 1-1 pitch. Misses outside, 4-2. Overbeek also got the scoring started for Bourne last night in Chatham. Had an RBI single in the top half of the second to put the Braves up 1-0 at the time. Trying to start it here. 2-1 pitch, ground ball over to the right side. Sheffield fields it on a hop, throws to first. 1 down here in the bottom of the third.
Clean sequence from Jordan Stevens. Right on left, keeping it away from Overbeek. Nothing in on the hands that he can yank down the right side. That time just gets a soft tapper over to Sheffield, an easy 4-3 put out.
Now it's Elliot Medlock stepping in from the right-handed side, the second baseman. Had a great night, went 2 for 4, 2-run home run a couple games ago against Falmouth. That's the last time he was in the order. Takes a first pitch ball high and away from Stevens. This just Medlock's 4th game. In that time, he's 2 for 7. Obviously headlined by the 2-run home run, but also has an additional RBI. 1-0 from Stevens. Weak ground ball over to the third base side. Cuff fields on the grass, throws across the diamond, and makes it there in time. Back-to-back outs for Jordan Stevens on back-to-back ground outs to start things off here in the bottom of the third.
And that's what you need to do to these 8 and 9 hitters. You've got Blake Schaff, the one guy to record a hit in that first 3 in this Bourne lineup. So you know he's dangerous. Keeping it 2 up, 2 down. Not letting Schaff drive in a run is big.
Schaff punched a single to start off the game offensively for Bourne between the first and second base side. Comes set. Stevens does. First pitch to him is a strike. But Schaff, after the single, was caught. Not tagging in time. It was a line drive over to Noah Sheffield at second base, who swung it over to first to Tony Lira to get the out. 0-1 pitch is bounced all the way to the backstop. 1-1. And that was off the bat of Rustin Rigdon. So Schaff trying to keep his offensive momentum going. Did not play yesterday against Chatham. Was 1 for 3 against the Falmouth Commodores a couple of days ago, a pair of walks. Stevens comes set for the 1-1 and misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Schaff, an all-star for this Bourne team. One of many. Luke Costello, Andrew Costello in there as well. Matt Bolton, the outfielder, Rustin Rigdon, as the 2-1 pitch just misses outside. 3-1. We basically just read off the top 7 hitters for Bourne in this game.
We don't even want to get to the bullpen and the manager, Scott Landers.
And there you go. 3-1 pitch. Catches the bottom part of the zone. The count goes full. Landers, the manager, as his team won the West Division last year. So he will be the manager, and his coaching staff will represent the West in the All-Star game tomorrow. Payoff pitch. Schaff just gets a piece. Flies it out of play on the third base side. Stevens looking for his second 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Comes set on the mound, takes a deep sigh, shakes off a couple of signs, finds what he wants, and fires. Gets Schaff to swing and miss in the dirt, drop third strike. Clark has it. He throws down to first. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Stevens here in the bottom half of the third. Gets his third strikeout of the day as well. After 3 innings here at Doran Park, no score between the Gatemen and the Braves on Cape League TV.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A Plus Repairs specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
Noah Scott has faced the minimum through the first 3 innings at Doran Park. No score between the visiting Gatemen and the Bourne Braves. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. Back to the top of the order. Jason Wax, Foster Apple, and Connor Cuff. The minimum for the Gatemen. 1, 2, 3. All 3 batters their first time up, grounded out. Noah Scott with this 3-pitch mix. Sinker, slider, changeup. Has been decimating Wareham hitters. Starts with the left-handed center fielder, Wax. Digs in. Scott shimmies onto the first base side of the rubber. Brings it down to the belt into the windup. First pitch of the inning is popped out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Scott has been spectacular. Surrendered a leadoff single in the second inning to Dylan Dubovic, and then induced a double play in the batter that followed to Chase Cruson. Nothing in 1 from the windup. Scott deals. Slider outside. Breaks below the knees, and the count's 1-1. Wax came in as a pinch hitter yesterday against Katuitt. It's the 1-1. Sinker dots the outer third, called a strike, 1-2. Came in that late rally for the Gatemen, trying to make a come-from-behind effort against the Kettleers. Wax 1 for 1 with a single. Too little, too late for Wareham. Still won 3 of its last 4. The 1-2. Called strike 3, bottom third, brings up Jason Wax. A nasty sinker that settled in right on the zone. That's now Scott's 3rd strikeout of the game.
That was gross, and he put it in a perfect spot. Just freezes Wax, who made weak contact his first time around. So Scott's in full control right now.
Steps Foster Apple, the designated hitter today. Typically an outfielder for the Gatemen, getting the day off defensively after just recently announcing his commitment out of the transfer portal. On his way to USC Upstate. Right on right. Takes inside for ball 1. Apple with a ground out to the shortstop Blake Schaff, his first time up. In a scoreless game, top of the 4th. Scott stares in. Kicks, delivers. Lined up the middle and snagged out of the air by Noah Scott. A scorcher off the bat of Foster Apple, and he can't help but laugh because that was rocketed off the bat, and Noah Scott hardly had to move his glove. There's 2 down in the 4th.
That's baseball for you. He smoked that one, but just literally right into the glove of Scott. It's not like he even made an attempt at the ball. It's kind of like the ball just kind of found his glove. So lucky break for Scott because that had single written all over it for Foster Apple.
Right up the middle. Scott prevents a base hit. So brings up Connor Cuff, the left-handed third baseman. 0 for 1 with the ground out. First pitch takes for strike 1. Slider on the inside edge. Count 0-1. Cuff still relatively new into this Wareham lineup, playing in his 8th game of the summer. The 0-1. High chopper, middle of the infield, a charging shaft, gets the glove, throws to first in time. 8 straight hitters retired for the starter, Noah Scott. Gets some help from his defense, and right place, right time to retire Foster Apple. No hits, no runs, no errors in the field. Nobody left on base. To the bottom of the 4th we go. 2-3-4 due up for the Braves. Trying to score first at Doran Park.
Every child deserves the basics. Gifts to Give is making that happen, and you can help. Volunteer, donate, or shop their thrift store Saturdays. Visit giftstogive.org and make a difference today.
The Wareham-based AD Makepeace Company, founded in 1854, is North America's largest cranberry grower and a recognized leader in environmentally responsible real estate development and land stewardship. For 172 years, AD Makepeace Company has supported community events and organizations like your Wareham Gatemen. Visit admakepeace.com to learn more.
If you or a family member have been hurt at work, don't wait for the insurance company to discontinue your benefits or deny you medical treatment. Get an experienced workers' compensation attorney now before it's too late. The lawyers at Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP have been practicing workers' compensation law for many years and are experts in the field of workers' compensation law. Having the advantage of retaining an attorney early on may make all the difference in your case. Know your rights, be prepared, and contact Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy, Kiernan, and McNally LLP also have offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkmlaw.com.
The starter for Bourne, Noah Scott, has retired 8 straight hitters, and now the Wareham starter, Jordan Stevens, trying to do the same. He has sent down 5 in a row for the Bourne lineup, but it won't be easy as we've hit the bottom of the 4th. 2-3-4 due up for the Braves. Rustin Rigdon, Andrew Costello, and Luke Costello against the right-handed starter, Jordan Stevens. Out of the transfer portal, on his way to South Carolina. Stares in. First pitch of the frame. Slider. Tails to the outside corner, called a strike. Rigdon lined into a double play his first time up. The 0-1. Squares to bunt. Offered at it, but could not get the wood on the ball. And so instead, it's just strike 2.
Was trying to be sneaky there. Cuff wasn't ready for it. He was back pretty deep on the dirt, and for right reason. Advantage Stevens now.
No balls, 2 strikes. Stevens kicks and fires. Slider just outside. Liked the spot. Walked off the mound on the first base side. Thought he had just sat down Rigdon on 3 pitches. Instead, count moves to 1-2.
I like the spot there too. Thought he might have had it on the outside corner.
Right on left. The 1-2. Lined left side and past a diving DeGiorgio into left field for a leadoff single.
Rigdon basically had that same swing the first time he was at the plate. Just hit it right at Noah Sheffield over at second base, but not the leadoff hitter you want to let up, especially with the hitters due up in this inning.
That's another Cape League All-Star in Andrew Costello, the designated hitter, also on his way to South Carolina. These two battling it out right now, future teammates at USC. Runner on first, nobody out. Right on right, Stevens goes over to first, and it gets past the glove of Lira. Rigdon takes off for second. He takes a peek at third. He rounds second. He's on his way. The throw is not in time, and Rustin Rigdon goes corner to corner. And Bourne, for the second time today, has a base runner out. Right on right, Stevens goes over to first, and it gets past the glove of Lira. Right on right, Stevens goes over to first, and it gets past the glove of Lira. Rigdon takes off for second. He takes a peek at third. He rounds second. He's on his way. The throw is not in time, and Rustin Rigdon goes corner to corner. And Bourne, for the second time today, has a base runner over at third, but this time there's nobody out.
That's just sloppy right there from Wareham. Stevens smokes the throw past Lyra. I don't even think he really got an eye on it there. Just gets by him as Stevens and Lyra take a look at each other as the infield comes in and Wareham tries to protect this run from coming across.
So it's still Andrew Costello. Yet to have a pitch thrown to him. Costello, 11 RBIs. Stevens looks in. First pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Stevens, in a similar situation back in the second inning, gave up the one-out single to Berkeley Mabius and bounced back with consecutive strikeouts to end the inning. 1-0 the count. Right on right. Stevens delivers. Cut on and missed. Costello chases below the zone, and the count's 1-1. With his brother Luke on deck, also transferring from Wake Forest to South Carolina. Getting a look at their future teammate here. 1-1. Slider popped up, slicing out of play. And Stevens gets ahead in the count, 1-2. The infield still drawn in. Earlier on that pickoff attempt, Stevens gets charged with the error, his first of the summer. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Costello. 50th pitch of the day for Stevens is lined foul right side. Costello behind in the count, but stays alive, 1-2.
Well, and this is what a hitter of his caliber is going to do to you. He knows he just needs to put a hard hit ball in play or a fly ball. He's going to keep fouling off pitches, not chase, until he can lift one up.
Stevens gets the sign, sets. Hit on the ground, left side, past a drawn-in infield for a base hit. Rigdon sprints in from third, and it's an RBI single from Andrew Costello. 12th of the season, gives Bourne a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the fourth.
And you mentioned it, the infield was in, and that ball basically split between Cuff and DeGiorgio. Both were a few steps away, and it just gets by him. And now the pitching coach, Eric Luxus, out of the dugout on the first base side to talk things over. Feels like the big inning here is brewing for Bourne after you score Rigdon, and you got Luke Costello, who's been an amazing hitter this season. Mabius, who had the triple, and then who knows what else this order could do.
Yeah, and Bourne's 1 through 4 hitters, Dan, all selected to the Cape League All-Star games. Shows you what they're capable of. But first time through the order, Jordan Stevens faced the 4 of them and went down and faced the minimum through those 4. So obviously you know they're going to get theirs at some point. But you strike out Blake Shaft in the third, and then the error coming back to bite Wareham.
This is a long talk right now. Home plate umpire Noah Hobart is fully out there, and it finally splits.
It's definitely not an easy game plan to relay of how to retire these 2 Costello brothers. Luke, the right-handed right fielder. Another one of those Cape All-Star selections. That game Sunday afternoon at Harwich's White House Field. Stevens back on the mound after the visit from pitching coach Eric Luxus breaks up. Still nobody out, a runner on first. The pitch popped up into the screen behind home plate for strike 1. Costello, not a big base stealing threat, especially against the catcher Levi Clark, who's been really good defensively for Wareham this summer. Starts to inch off the base, being held on by Lyra. The 0-1. Slider comes in. Just misses the zone for ball 1. Luke Costello with a 6-3 ground out his first time up. Leadoff hitter in the second inning. 1-1, runner on the move. The pitch is swung on and grounded foul, and Levi Clark got a piece of it, and he's on all fours behind home plate. Mask is off, helmet off. And Dan, he's shaken up.
Yeah, and it hit him in a spot where you don't want to be hit on the foul tip there. Just kind of ricocheted off him, and he immediately went down on all fours. Ryan Smythe out of the dugout to talk it over with him. Just taking a few moments to regain himself.
If I'm not mistaken, the last time we were at Doran Park, we had a similar situation.
That is true.
So Ryan Smythe walks back to the first base dugout. Gets a pat on the back from our home plate umpire, Noah Hobart. It's a 1-2 count on Luke Costello with a runner on first and nobody out. Bourne with a 1-0 lead after the RBI single from Andrew Costello. Stevens readies. The 1-2. Slider lifted high in the air, right side out of play. Falls into the grass down the right field line. Stevens gets a new ball. Grips it with the bare right hand, takes a look over his left shoulder. Collects himself above the belt. Sends home the 1-2. Another one that's flied right side. And once again, another foul ball. 3 straight foul balls off the bat of Luke Costello, making Jordan Stevens earn this out. That's for sure.
His brother did the same thing in a 1-2 count. Fouled off back-to-back pitches and then earned himself the single.
1-2. This time, playable. High fly ball, shallow left field. Dubovic comes in towards the gap, and he makes the play for the first out of the inning.
That's a really nice response from Stevens against a great hitter in Costello. Gets him to get under it, pop it into left field. Dubovic there to clean it up, and now gets to go against Mejia, who made it to third last time, but Stevens didn't get much help from the defense either.
Yeah, speaking of left field and Dylan Dubovic, it was a sharply hit line drive that Dubovic didn't have a read on, stepped in, and it was well over his head. Right on left, runner on the move. First pitch outside. Clark's throw down is in time, but not on target. DeGiorgio tried to bring the tag across. But it'll be ball one, and Andrew Costello steals his third base of the summer.
And you're right. Clark's throw totally beat him to the bag, but Costello targeted the outside part. The throw came in on the inside part, so DeGiorgio had to go across his body. By the time he did that, it was too late.
1-0. Breaking ball spikes in the dirt. Clark keeps it in front of him and stares Costello back to second. Berkeley Mabius with that triple in the second inning. One of 2 switch hitters in this Bourne lineup, batting from the left-handed side against the righty starter Jordan Stevens. (2-0). Well inside. And now 3 balls, no strikes. That was Stevens' 60th pitch of the day. Couple of arms up and loosening in the pen for the Gatemen. 3-0. Squares to bunt, pulls back. A fastball on the bottom rail for a cold strike. Certainly feel like it's all hands on deck today, Dan, with the All-Star break right around the corner.
All day. I mean, you got 2 days off coming up. Use your best arms to try and win today.
Stevens, 3-1. Inside, 5-pitch walk. Runners on first and second now for the Braves in the fourth. Eric Luxus is out of the first base dugout in an early pull for Jordan Stevens. 61 pitches, 37 strikes. We'll wait to see how this inning plays out. It's likely to be an earned run, and it's kind of an interesting one because he had the error, but his line not yet final as Mike Atakis comes in with 2 runners on and just 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. Bourne leading 1-0. We'll take a quick break here on Cape League TV.
it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
Wareham goes to the bullpen in the bottom of the fourth, trailing 1-0 at Doran Park. With Dan Shalam, I'm Adam Hipsky. The Gatemen get a good, not great start from Jordan Stevens, and Ryan Smythe makes the move. It's an Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen. Mike Atakis on for the second time this summer.
It's an early pull, but Wareham wants to keep this game close, get a fresh arm out there. Tack is standing at 6'3", 170. The rising senior at Mercer. Pitched an inning against Orleans, 3 hits, 1 earned run given up with a strikeout against Orleans, like I mentioned 3 days ago. This past college season, a 10.8 ERA. So he's looking for more extended length here with the Gatemen. We'll see how he does against this order that put some good swings on Jordan Stevens, but he still had solid stuff. Only gave up a run and a little bit of trouble to work out of here, first and second with 1 down.
Yeah, so the 2 base runners are Jordan Stevens' responsibility. He goes 3 1/3, allows 4 hits. For the time being, he has allowed 1 run, and it was earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. However, the run that came across was Rustin Rigdon, who singled and then went from first to third after the pickoff error by the pitcher Jordan Stevens, which technically, if things play out how they could and Mike Atakis retires the side in order, that earned run could be taken off the board for Jordan Stevens. Obviously, time will tell, but a tall task here for the reliever Takis. It's Austin Hawk, the right-handed third baseman out of Wake Forest, who struck out looking his first time up. First arm out of the pen for the Gatemen. Andrew Costello off of second. Berkeley Mabius not being held on at first. Corners, infielders pinched in. And hands up.
Oh, my goodness. He just balked before he even threw a pitch.
That's a rough start.
Certainly.
Less than optimal, and now all of the infield comes in. Originally, the middle infielders were playing back, trying to turn 2 and deliver an inning-ending double play. Takis from the windup, his first pitch of the day is tapped foul. Hops over the brick backstop. That wraps around from the third base dugout to the first base side. Here at Doran Park, diamond side, slanted down the first base line. Takis comes set, delivers the 0-1. Up and away. Levels at 1 ball, 1 strike. Hawk in his 4th game of the summer. Through his first 3 games has already picked up 3 RBIs. Trying to add to that total here. He's got 2 into scoring position. The 1-1. Hit on the ground. Left side. DeGiorgio goes home. The play at the plate in time. Costello tagged out. And a nice job as Wareham brings the infield in. Earlier they got beat on a similar play. This time it pans out in their favor, 2 down.
Really nice job and a great response after the balk from Takis, just to force the ground ball to DeGiorgio. Fields it clean, throws home, and now this becomes much more manageable.
Right on left against Matt Bolden. The left fielder out of Binghamton with runners on first and second. The pitch. Cut on and missed. Nice off speed from Mike Atakis. On the mound for the second time this summer. The first time away from Spillane Field. 0-1. Takes a look back at second. Now comes home. Fly ball out to right field. Cruisen under it. And he holds it in. A head-high catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Mike Atakis comes in, goes 2 up, 2 down, and retires this side. and keeps it at a 1-0 deficit for the Gatemen. It's been the minimum for Noah Scott. He tries to continue that trend when we return in the top of the 5th.
Get your merch at the Wareham Gatemen website and click shop to view our latest merch drops. The 2026 Gatemen Kids Clinic registration is live and open. Starting next week, kids will have the chance to be taught by Gatemen coaches and players. For more information, visit the Wareham Gatemen website for dates, times, prices, and opportunities for your kids to have the most memorable week of their summer.
Top of the 5th at Doran Park. Noah Scott back to work for the Bourne Braves. He's sent 12 hitters down for the Gatemen through these first 4 innings. And what a scene we have right behind us here at Doran Park. A T-shirt toss from atop the press box. Dan, I understand you're not in search for any Bourne Braves merch, but you've certainly got the height advantage.
I should just take the headset off and get in the scrum right there and just start stealing all the prizes. I would really rake, given that it's a bunch of probably max at 10 years old, all fighting for some free giveaways.
Yeah, max.
I would love some free stuff.
Also, I was incorrect. It was a hat toss, not a T-shirt toss.
Even better.
Now, you're a hat guy.
I feel like you rarely get the hat toss.
No, yeah, and definitely not at a ton of Cape League games. But, all right, top of the 5th, Dylan Dubovic, Chase Cruson, Levi Clark due up for the Gatemen. Trailing 1-0 after Bourne tacked on 1 in the bottom of the 4th. Dubovic, the one Gateman hitter that has recorded a hit against Noah Scott today, who's into the windup. First pitch of the 5th is cut on and missed. Dubovic chased well outside. Count 0-1.
Yeah, that ball was in the left-handed batter's box.
And Dubovic having trouble with the chase this summer. 3 walks and 27 strikeouts. Scott got through those first 4 innings on just 40 pitches. Trying to use similar efficiency on this second trip through the order. The 0-1. Skied into left center field. Bolton on the run, and it hangs up instead for the center fielder, Rustin Rigdon. The two came together. Rigdon steps in front, and there's one down in the 5th.
Between the hole, they're short in the 3rd. Really nice piece of hitting there from Chase Cruson. You hope that can kind of kickstart this Wareham offense.
That was smoked off the bat of Cruson. That got the nod from the Gatemen team. 2 hitters, 2 pitchers. The 1-0. Slider breaks away. Clark holds and looks at ball 2. Joining R.J. Hamilton, who gets the day off today. He's been a pretty consistent presence in the lineup for the Gatemen recently. Rightfully so. Pretty much becoming the everyday leadoff hitter. 2-0 downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes now on Levi Clark. Scott yet to issue a walk in this game. He's pitched to a lot of soft contact. 3-0, check on first instead, and Cruson once again back safely to the back of the bag. Cruson has yet to steal a base this summer for the Gatemen, but like we said, just his 3rd game of the summer. 3-0. Scott comes set. Inside, 4-pitch walk to Levi Clark, And for the first time today, the Gatemen have 2 aboard.
It's also the first time in this game that they've had a runner in scoring position. It's taken all the way up until the top half of the 5th. Bourne does not have an arm warming in the pen yet either, so kind of Scott's mess to get out of here.
It's Tony Lira trying to bring Wareham back into this game, trailing 1-0 after the Braves open up the scoring in the bottom of the 4th. Scott hunched over, right arm swing. Gets the sign from Mejia. It's Tony Lira trying to bring Wareham back into this game, trailing 1-0 after the Braves open up the scoring in the bottom of the 4th. Scott hunched over, right arm swing. Scott hunched over, right arm swing. Gets the sign from Mejia. Strikes out. Open up the scoring in the bottom of the 4th. Scott hunched over, right arm swing. Gets the sign from Mejia. Strikes out. With neither base runner being held on.
Pitches to Scott back in the 3rd.
Kept it away towards that right-handed batter's box.
Scott back in the 3rd.
Kept it away towards that right-handed batter's box. Runs on one. Hit, no errors in the field, and 2 runners left on base. And it gives us a great time to say hello to the 3rd member of our crew, and that's CeCe Gabriel.
Hello, Adam. The Bourne Braves lead the West Division and won 7 of their last 10 games. The man behind the operation is the skipper, Scott Landers. In his 5th year with the Braves, this week he reached his 100th career regular season win in the Cape Cod Baseball League. This one, compared to the others, Landers says it's the same and it feels pretty good. Despite
8-3. ERA departs with a .64, and Dan, the reason why the run's not earned is because of the error, and the error was committed by Jordan Stevens.
Exactly. So he hurts himself with the run coming across, but luckily for him, it does not go on his line, and that because Bourne didn't bring anyone else home. It's not like that error would have not caused the run to score.
Yeah.
So that's why it's scored as an error. Now you're looking for Takis, though, in his first clean inning of work to dominate. Bottom part of the order, sure he'll face Schaff, but a chance here to get into a groove.
Yeah, it's 8-9-1 due up for Bourne. Josiah Overbeek, Elliott Medlock, and Blake Schaff. Lefty, righty, lefty. Takis from the windup. First pitch of the 5th. Breaks away for ball 1. Overbeek, the first baseman, in and out of the transfer portal from Army, set to transfer to Mississippi State. The 1-0. Up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Leadoff guy in the 5th. 2-0. 3 straight balls from Micah Takis. Stevens ended his day across 3 1/3 with just 1 walk. Takis in danger of losing the first battle of the 5th. Bounces back with a strike. Fastball outside corner, and it's 3-1. From the windup. Losing the first battle of the 5th. Bounces back with a strike. Fastball outside corner, and it's 3-1. From the windup. Swing and a miss. And for 3 straight balls, Takis deals back-to-back strikes. One Bourne back-to-back innings.
Well, and go figure, too, for Overbeek, a guy who had a 1,200 OPS this past season with Army. Really disciplined. Loves to work the walk. And now a chance for Medlock to try and do something.
The ninth inning second baseman, Elliot Medlock, in his fourth game of the summer. First pitch, looks at ball one. Grounded out his first time up. Throw over to first, in time. A quick pickoff move from Micah Takis. Bases empty, and there is one out now in the fifth. Overbeek gets caught sleeping.
Well, there you go, and you thought this Wareham staff might be a little bit cautious to throw over there to first after the error from Stevens, but a really nice job from Takis. Just catches Overbeek sleeping, helps himself out.
And Takis says, I was warming up. I didn't see it. The 1-0 squares to bunt, pulls back, doesn't matter. Strike one. The right on right. Medlock on his way to Quinnipiac out of the transfer portal after a season at Ryder. From the windup, 1-1. Slider comes in at the knees, called a strike, 1-2. Base is clear after the pickoff move that eliminated Josiah Overbeek. 1-2. Grounded foul. Sharply hit off the bat of Medlock. One ball, two strikes. First arm out of the pen for the Gateman, Micah Takis. Takis nods. The pitch comes inside, hits Elliot Medlock. So after the walk to Overbeek, they get him off the bases from a pickoff move, and then Medlock also takes the free pass. That was an issue yesterday for the Gatemen, Dan, 13 of them.
It certainly was. And I see a mound visit coming. Eric Luxus out of the dugout. Jaden Barfield is warming in the bullpen right now for Wareham. They might be taking Takis out of this game to get the left-on-left for Schaff.
Yeah, it would be Schaff and then the switch-hitting Rustin Rigdon after. And it is a quick day for Micah Takis. Wareham not afraid to use its arms ahead of the All-Star break tomorrow. Already the second call to the bullpen for the Gatemen, and it is Jaden Barfield. We'll step aside. The left-hander from Oklahoma takes the mound when we return.
Cranberry Federal.
Afraid to use its arms ahead of the All-Star break tomorrow. Already the second call to the bullpen for the Gatemen, and it is Jaden Barfield. We'll step aside. The left-hander from Oklahoma takes the mound when we return.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit Wareham. Ready Kieran McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford.
Oklahoma takes the mound when we return.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit Wareham. Ready Kieran McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508
intuitive pitching change. Ryan Smythe not afraid to use quite a few arms today. It feels like, Dan, this one, it's Jaden Barfield, the left-hander out of Oklahoma.
He's trying to keep this as close as possible, and Barfield has been one of the better arms out of the bullpen as of late for
Schaff 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. Schaff 5 hits in the last 2 games against Wareham. Barfield looks at first, goes home. Fastball low. 2 balls, no strikes in the bottom of the 5th. 1-0, Bourne leads it. Barfield pitched here on July 4th. Went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits. 2 runs, both earned. (2-0). Fly ball, right field. Cruson over to his right, and he makes the catch for the second out. 2 runs, both earned. 2-0. Fly ball, right field. Cruson over to his right, and he makes the catch for the second out.
And Barfield lucky that that ball didn't have eyes for the gap.
3 are still conferencing. Ryan Smythe giving an earful to Mike Kino-Josa.
They ran out of him pretty early on yesterday. Smythe throws his hands up as Barfield started to throw warm-up pitches because of just how long this is taking. Kino-Josa finally gets him to go back. Finally gets sorted.
It's Noah Hobart now jotting down on his notepad. And he does count it as a mound visit. So
2 left in the game for Wareham.
So when they return, left on right, facing Rustin Rigdon. Singleton scored his last time up. That was in the 4th. Gave Bourne the 1-0 lead. Still that score holds. The 1-0. Just outside. So when they return, left on right, facing Rustin Rigdon. Singleton scored his last time up. That was in the 4th. Gave Bourne the 1-0 lead. Still that score holds. The 1-0. Just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Interesting. Bottom 3rd. Bourne trying to add on to its lead. Rigdon 9 RBIs this summer. Barfield sets. Brings the 2-1 home. Flied into shallow right field. Foul ground. Lira chases it. Gives it a look. And it's out of play. 2 strikes on Rigdon. Center fielder that was 3 for 4 against Wareham. That matchup back on July 12th, the last time these two teams met at Doran Park. Right back here for the 3rd and final time this summer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner on second. Barfield looks in. Sets. Comes home. In the dirt, ball 3. Barfield trying to retire the side in the 5th. Get out of this inning. After a leadoff walk and then a hit by pitch from Barfield looks in. Sets. Comes home. In the dirt, ball 3. Barfield trying to retire the side in the 5th. Get out of this inning. After a leadoff walk and then a hit by pitch from Mike Atakis. Before Andrew Costello's RBI single. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors in the field and 2 left on for the Braves. We're through 5 at Doran Park. Wareham's got work to do offensively, trailing 2-0.
Hey Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford. Keep
For green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn For green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn,
So he was very, very solid for them and looks to continue that here. I mean, he shut down this order last time, and there's a reason Scott Landers goes to him here.
Yeah, Harrigan's only appearance came against the Gatemen this summer, and now trying to go 2 for 2 in terms of.
So he was very, very solid for them and looks to continue that here. I mean, he shut down this order last time, and there's a reason Scott Landers goes to him here.
Yeah, Harrigan's only appearance came against the Gatemen this summer, and now trying to go 2 for 2 in terms of successful outings. His day starts against the 9-1-2 hitters for Wareham. 2-0 game. The righty deals. Two nothing game. The righty deals. First pitch fast. Had a very slow start offensively yesterday as well. Start offensively yesterday as well. Jaden Barfield back to work. A clean inning out of the pen for the left-handed reliever out of Oklahoma. Set to face the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Berkeley Mabius, Austin Hawk, and Matt Bolton, the minimum for Bourne. Starts with the switch-hitting catcher, Mabius, who will take his first swings from the right side. First two arms today for the Gatemen were both right-handed pitchers. This time, the southpaw winds and fires. And it's grounded foul off the right leg of Mabius, who hobbles out of the right-handed batter's box. Walking gingerly, trying to avoid putting a ton of weight on that right foot. Barfield gets ahead in the count, 0-1. First pitch strike from Jaden Barfield, and that's been big. When he gets ahead early in counts, he's been much, much better. Mabius back in. Bat sways over the right shoulder. 0-1 pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll see how long they let Jaden Barfield go. It seems like today, Ryan Smythe more than okay playing the matchup game ahead of the All-Star break tomorrow. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Settles in the bottom third. Called strike.
And it does look like Finn Edwards warming out in the bullpen for Wareham as of right now.
Edwards typically been a late inning guy for Wareham. We are approaching the home stretch here in the bottom of the 6th. 1-2. Check swing. The appeal down. Did he go? No, he didn't. Mabius got away with one there. Came close. But Mike Hinojosa makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Leadoff hitter, the bottom of the 6th. Barfield, deep breath, delivers. Inside, Clark tried to frame it. Doesn't get the call, and the count runs full. So Mike Atakis' line has gone final. He goes 1 inning, no hits, 1 run. It was not earned. 1 walk and no strikeouts. So Bourne's 2 runs today, both have been unearned. 3-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3. Mabius flipped the bat to the third base dugout, started to take his trot to first, but Noah Hobart says not so fast. There's 1 away in the 6th.
Yeah, really good pitch there from Jaden Barfield just to freeze him. Bottom of the zone. Works inside on the righty and gets the first out.
Brings up Austin Hawk, the third baseman. Swings from the right side. Barfield kicks and fires. Fastball inside at the letters. 1 ball, no strikes on Hawk, the third baseman out of Wake Forest, originally out of Raleigh, North Carolina. 0 for 2 today. It's the 1-1. The bottom rail evens the count at a ball and a strike. Reached on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 4th. That was the inning where Bourne got the scoring started. Added another in the 5th, the 1-1. Popped up right side, trailing out of play. The count 1-2. Wareham trying to hand Bourne its first scoreless inning since the 3rd. Barfield head of the count. Spins the ball in his left hand. Now comes set. Black mitt pressed up against the stomach. 1-2. Up and in. Evens it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases clear, bottom of the 6th. Braves ahead 2-0. You're in game 28 of the Cape League season. 2-2, deep breath, comes home. Cut on and miss, back-to-back strikeouts for Jaden Barfield. Clean inning of work, and he's been clean so far this time around. 2 up, 2 down.
Really nice work from Jaden Barfield, just attacking these hitters, not pitching with any fear, and is on the verge now of 1-2-3.
Will be Matt Bolton to try and spark a 2-out rally for Bourne. Left fielder from Binghamton steps into the left-handed batter's box. Barfield's first pitch in the left on left. It's a fastball, can't clip the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases clear. Barfield lifts the leg, comes home. Fouled straight back off the netting. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bolton. Struck out in the 2nd, flew out to right his last time up in the 4th. One of 8 Cape League All-Stars on this Bourne roster. 1 of 5 in the lineup today. 1-1. Breaking ball inside at the knees. 2-1 count. Barfield 26 pitches today, 13 for strikes. Trying to work a clean 1-2-3 frame in the 6th. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Holding behind on the fastball. Barfield twirls it in the left hand, shakes off a couple of suggestions from the catcher Clark. 2-2. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Jaden Barfield strikes out the side in the 6th inning, and Wareham stays at an arm's length. A nice job out of the left-handed reliever, Jaden Barfield. And it's time to introduce a new member to our team. Doran Park has been a friendly spot for Jack Knight, our beat reporter. Jack, what do you got?
Thanks, Adam. Wareham has 4 players competing in tomorrow's 2026 Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game, but let's take a look at one of Wareham's 2024 nominees, infielder Murph Gray. Gray led Wareham with a .329 batting average that summer, and his 46 hits ranked 2nd most in the entire Cape League. In 2025, he was drafted 73rd overall to the Pittsburgh Pirates, and despite starting the spring in Single A, Gray has shot through the minor leagues. He hosts a .328 average and 103 base knocks, .329 batting average that summer, and his 46 hits ranked 2nd most in the entire Cape League. In 2025, he was drafted 73rd overall to the Pittsburgh Pirates, and despite starting the spring in Single A, Gray has shot through the minor leagues. He hosts a .328 average and 103 base knocks and makes his debut with AA Altoona tonight. He is Pittsburgh's 17th ranked prospect now, but Gray was once playing on these very same fields in the Cape League.
Well, thanks so much, Jack, and best of luck, of course, to him in Altoona, as we love to see former Gatemen climbing the ranks. And Adam Hipsky, always good to hear from our beat reporter,
the best.
Jack Knight.
The best.
Best in the
better
biz.
than
That is for sure. So we've hit the 7th inning here at Doran Park, and what is still a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Bravos. 4-5-6 due up for Wareham. It's been a struggle offensively in this game. Adam, just 2 hits up to this point for the Gatemen.
Yes, it has. But, Dan, right now in a 2-0 game, 1 inning, couple of runs, and it feels a lot different. And it's something that the Gatemen are all too familiar with this summer, is hanging around, and staying right there within striking distance, but not capitalizing. Can start right now against Will Harrigan.
Dylan Dubovic steps to the plate, has 1 of the 2 hits in this game. Led off the 2nd with a single. That was on the starter, Noah Scott, who finished the day with 5 innings of just 2 hit, no-run ball. It was nasty from him. Dubovic steps into the box from the right-handed side, and Harrigan comes set at the belt. He's pitched 3 innings against Wareham over 2 games, has not allowed a run just yet. First pitch. Misses outside. 4-1. And it's not just the runs that haven't come across. Harrigan has yet to allow a base hit. Has given up 2 walks. 1-0 pitch. Big cut and a miss from Dubovic. The count goes to 1-1. Time trickling down on this Gatemen offense to find it. They've got 9 outs to put up 2 runs as of right now. Dubovic trying to kickstart it. Harrigan winds and fires. And Dubovic chases down in the dirt for strike 2. Dubovic has an RBI and a hit in 5 of his last 6. And with the hit tonight, now has a hit in 6 of his last 7 games. Has been swinging it well. Needs to battle here in a 1-2 count. The pitch. Check swing from Dubovic. A check down to Mike Hinojosa at first. He says that Dubovic does not go around, and the count goes to 2-2.
That time felt like maybe a makeup. I thought earlier Mabius went around. That time I thought Dubovic did as well.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on Dubovic. First strikeout of the game for Will Harrigan. Starts off the top half of the 7th.
And Dubovic just all out of sorts right now. Yesterday had that big hit late in the game, but a lot of swing and miss in the bat of Dylan Dubovic.
So now it's Chase Cruson, the right fielder. Steps in from the left-handed side. 1 for 2 in this game. Had a single in the 5th. That's the second hit of the ball game for Wareham. First pitch from Harrigan, cut on and missed. Before that, Cruson grounded into a 6-3 double play, which erased Dubovic's leadoff single in the 2nd. So those 2 have been the main producers today for the Gatemen. 0-1 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Schaff charging towards it across the body. Throws to first in time. What a play from Blake Schaff. He goes beyond second base and gets the out. There's 2 down.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. It was a slow roller that skipped a couple of times on the grass, but Schaff went down to get it, made the throw on the run, and not only was right on target, but also put just enough velocity on it to retire a hustling Chase Cruson.
So with 2 down, the righty Levi Clark in the box. Harrigan sets quickly, glove to the face, and comes home. Slapped over into left field and through. Just split the gap between third and short, and it's a 2-out single for Levi Clark's second hit of the ball game for the Gatemen. Or third hit, I should say.
Yeah, nice job, even though with 2 outs and momentum in Bourne's direction. Anything you can give your fellow hitters against Will Harrigan, the better. Driving pitch counts up, giving Tony Lira the blueprint, a couple of right-handed hitters.
So after 3 2/3 of clean work, Will Harrigan finally surrenders a hit against this Wareham order, trying to limit it. Here against the righty Tony Lira. First pitch to him is a shot into right field. Costello going back. He makes the play in right field, a few steps short of the wall. So nothing comes of the 2-out single from Levi Clark. Time to stretch here at Doran Park with Wareham trailing Bourne 2-0 on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kieran McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Bottom of the 7th as some Hey Baby rains through Doran Park. Dan Shalam with you alongside Adam Hipsky in a 2-0 ball game. It's the 4th Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen for the Gatemen. Finn Edwards on in relief of Jaden Barfield.
6'7", right-hander in the transfer portal. Just finished up a season with Arizona State. Dan, he's been a constant presence on the mound out of the pen for the Gatemen and for Ryan Smythe. His 10th appearance of the summer. He's pitched to a 3.52 ERA across 7 2/3 innings. He last threw Beckett Spillane Field on the 14th. That was 3 days ago against the Firebirds. He tossed one scoreless inning where he allowed 2 hits, no walks, and 1 strikeouts. Today, the objective, keep Wareham within striking distance.
He's certainly been the sharpest arm out there in the bullpen for the Gatemen. 5 appearances in a row for him where he has not allowed a run, and he looks to hold this at a 2-0 ball game with Josiah Overbeek, Elliott Medlock, and then the top of the order, Blake Schaff, coming to the plate. Edwards toes the slab, ready to go against Overbeek, who walked to start off the 5th inning. First pitch of the outing from Edwards is a fastball down at the knees for strike 1. He's certainly a higher leverage guy, uses really just a 2-pitch mix of fastball at 68% and then slider at 32. 0-1, back to the fastball. In there on the outside part of the zone, Edwards quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
And right now, if the Wareham offense can't get cooking, Finn Edwards could only be called upon to get 6 outs, which higher leverage, kind of what it is right now.
0-2, swing and a miss. Josiah Overbeek down on 3 pitches. First out of the day for Finn Edwards comes by way of the K.
A 4th straight strikeout dating back to the 6th for Jaden Barfield, who looked really good in the 6th inning. Came in, wasn't a clean into the 5th frame, relieving Mike Atakis, but nonetheless, good finish to his outing and a good start to Finn Edwards.
Now Elliott Medlock in the righty batter's box. 0 for 1 in this game, was hit by the pitch, came around to score in the 5th as the second run of the game. First pitch from Edwards misses outside for ball 1. Edwards in that last game against Orleans pitched the 9th inning for the win. It was a 6-2 ball game, so it was not a save situation, but the previous outing got a save against Hyannis. The 1-0 misses down low, 2 balls, no strikes. Shows you that Ryan Smythe very much feels like his team can still win this game. They're only down 2-0, basically going to your closer here in the 7th to try and keep this as close as possible. Edwards ready on the bump and fires. Big cut and a miss. Medlock was miles behind that fastball. It's 2-1.
And I like it, and obviously it's not a full-on bullpen game, but when you get just 3 1/3 out of your starter, you want to keep all of your guys fresh out of a few days off.
Edwards comes home, misses down low. The ball skips off Levi Clark's glove to the backstop. And the count's 3-1. Edwards has issued just 1 walk over his last 4 outings. He has been really sharp. All of those outings, all just 1 inning, though. So we'll see if he gets pushed beyond that in this game. Obviously, we're just in the bottom half of the 7th. 3-1. Cut to miss on the fastball from Medlock. And Edwards pulls the count full. Searching for back-to-back strikeouts to start off his relief outing. Edwards stares in quickly and fires. Ground ball over to the right side. Lira snares it at first, will take it to the bag himself, And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Good reaction from Tony Leroy. Gets down to a knee to prevent that one from getting by him. It was sharply hit, but Leroy smothers it right to the bag, and there's 2 down. Good start to Finn Edwards' day as well.
Certainly. Blake Schaff to the plate. Top of the order for Bourne. 6 in a row have been sat down between Barfield and Edwards. Schaff trying to break that. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Had a single back in the first, but since then a strikeout and a line out into left. First pitch to him from Edwards. Fastball, middle of the zone, 4-1. It's just what he does. He loves to throw that fastball. Rarely, honestly, touches the slider unless he has to, but likes to rely on the fastball all the way. Collects and fires the 0-1. That time, it was the slider. He gets Schaff to chase it in the dirt, and he's quickly ahead 0-2.
And it's similar to Jordan Stevens. Stevens relies more on secondary pitches, but for Finn Edwards, you're fine if they continue to be sped up and occasionally drop in the off speed.
No balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. The pitch. Hard hit over to the left side and pass to Giorgio at short. That's a 2-out single for Blake Schaff, his second base knock of the game. And Bourne has a base runner here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting for Schaff, and he's looked outstanding in a couple of matchups these past 2 times against the Gatemen. That time doesn't try to do too much in a 2-strike count. Got a fastball that he had swung and missed at on the pitch prior. Similar spot, drives it opposite way.
Now Rustin Rigdon, the center fielder, from the left-handed side. First pitch to him. Misses upstairs, 4-1. Rigdon, a switch hitter, so digs in from the left side. His last plate appearance worked a walk against Jaden Barfield from the right-handed side. Schaff gets his lead off of first. Edwards fires the 1-0 down in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Lacking a little bit of control after the single given up to Schaff, who is a speed threat. 9 stolen bases on the season. Two-0, high and away, non-competitive from Edwards. The count goes to 3 balls and no strikes. Rigdon, a skillful hitter, 1 for 2 in this game. Came around to score in the 4th after he singled to lead off the inning. 3-0 from Edwards. Fastball straight down the middle for strike 1. Really an interesting pitch coming here. Rigdon knows that Edwards needs to throw a strike. He's more than capable of catching up to it. And Edwards trying to blow it by him. The 3-1 offering. Misses down low. And that is the first walk that Finn Edwards issues. Puts runners at first and second with 2 down for the very dangerous Andrew Costello.
That's a tough spot for Finn Edwards. There's nobody that you want to issue a walk to, but you definitely don't want to do it to the guy that comes up right before Andrew Costello. Back-to-back RBI singles for him. And Eric Luxus can sense that and wants to take a walk out of the dugout and talk things over with his infield.
Costello back-to-back RBI singles coming in the 4th and the 5th. He single-handedly put Bourne up 2-0, trying to make it 3 with Schaff standing over there at second base, Rigdon at first. Costello has been so skilled at the plate. He has a .344 batting average, which leads the league. Certainly will be fun to see him on display tomorrow at the All-Star game. He also has 31 hits, which is another number which leads the entire league. He has just been straight filth this season for Scott Landers and this Bourne team. Trying to deliver some insurance here against the reliever Finn Edwards, who got the first 2 outs in this bottom of the 7th, but since has let up a single and a walk. Costello into the box from the right side. Edwards toes the slab, gives a look at Schaff at second base. Comes set, fires the first pitch. Off speed, in there for strike 1. Costello wasn't expecting that. Quickly jumps out of the box, takes a lap around home plate, steps back in. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Bounced in the dirt. Clark keeps it in front of him. A nice job there from the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Now for Clark, that's a massive stop because Bourne moves 2 into scoring position. That makes it a 3-0 game as opposed to a 4-0 game if Costello drives in a run here with a single.
Has 13 RBIs this season, including the 2 today, looking for number 14. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again at 1-2.
Costello made Takis pay earlier in this situation. Had 2 strikes on him and still lined one through the hole for base hit. Gave Bourne that 2-0 lead.
That was a 1-2 count. He fouled off back-to-back pitches before punching the single. Trying to do the same thing here against Edwards. The 1-2, runners on the go, runs in, and it hits Costello. Right near the helmet. The bases will be loaded for his brother Luke.
That's a tough one. You start to hear runners from the Wareham dugout. Finn Edwards loses control. Not something we've seen a ton of from him. And now Bourne with the bases loaded.
Things get even more dangerous. Luke Costello 0 for 3 in this game. Currently on an 0 for 6 streak. Great chance to break it with the bases juiced. Edwards ready. First pitch. Fouled straight back. 0-1. Schaff at third. Rigdon at second. Andrew Costello at first. Edwards got the first 2 outs against the 8 and 9 hitters for Bourne in this bottom of the 7th, but since then has struggled, trying to regain his control. The 0-1 pitch, down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Costello of the Luke variety, more than capable to drive in some runners. He's got 16 RBIs on the season, and that's tied for 4th in the Cape League. Looking for more here. Edwards set, the 1-1. Ground ball up the middle, it gets through. Coming in to score is Schaff, hitting third, and coming home is Rigdon. He's in without a throw. That's a 2 RBI single for Luke Costello. Blows the game wide open. It's 4-0.
Costello brothers doing what the Costello brothers do. Andrew picks up the first 2 RBIs of the game in the 4th and 5th inning, and then Luke Costello, like you said, Dan, breaks it open. 4-0, and Finn Edwards in a tough spot here. This 2-out rally has been a difference maker.
Doesn't get any easier. Goes against the switch-hitting Berkeley Mabius, who steps in from the left side. Already has a triple in this game. Edwards with runners on first and second. First pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Ryan Smythe put Edwards in this position to hold the game at 2-0. He's allowed to here in the bottom of the 7th. Makes it a lot harder for Wareham to get back into this game. They'll have 6 outs to do it, but first Edwards still needs an out here. 0-1 pitch high and away for ball 1. This Bourne lineup just so deep. The top 4 hitters all getting aboard with 2 outs. And Mabius trying to keep the line moving. 1-1. Down in the dirt. Clark keeps it in front of him. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Mabius has really been finding his swing as of late. Back-to-back games for him now where he's had extra bases. A double yesterday. That drove in a run to make it 3-3 in the top of the 8th against Chatham. Bourne would go on to lose that game. 2-1 pitch from Edwards. Catches the top part of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2 already across here in the bottom of the 7th. Edwards stares in, comes set at the belt, and comes home. Mabius checks his swing. Goes down to Anthony Brunetti, our third base umpire, for the decision. He says that Mabius does not. The count goes full. The runners will be released on this pitch. Mabius with a perfect RBI opportunity. Both Costello brothers leaving their bags. Here's the payoff. High and away. And for the second time in this inning, Edwards walks the bases loaded.
Something interesting, Dan. Bourne had that 2-0 lead, but up until that RBI single from Luke Costello, none of the Braves' runs had been earned. But no errors in this inning, and Finn Edwards already has 2 earned on his line, trying to get through it without any more.
Working against Austin Hawk, the righty, who's 0 for 3 in this game. First pitch he sees, fouls it straight back to the screen for strike 1. This just Hawk's 4th game of the season. In that time, he is 2 for 12. One of those hits, though, came last night against Chatham. Came around to score in that game as well. Has 3 RBIs on the year, looking for 4 and 5. Here's the 0-1 from Edwards. Fly ball into center field. Wax moving under it, and he makes the play. So Edwards limits the damage here in the bottom half of the 7th, but Bourne brings home 2 on 2 hits, no errors, with 3 left on base. All the runs scored coming with 2 outs. After 7 innings, it's 4-0 Braves here at Doran Park on Cape League TV.
Hey, Gatemen fans, give it up for a hometown MVP, Harvey Waste and Recycling. Just like the Gatemen clean up on the field, Harvey keeps our communities clean every day. Big hits, clean streets, and reliable service you can count on. Now that's a winning team. Visit elharveynewbedford.com or call 508-995-0544. Harvey New Bedford, keeping Wareham game ready all season long.
Searching for a golf cart, street legal low-speed vehicle, or utility vehicle? Come visit C2 Vehicles in Wareham or online at c2vehicles.com. Trusted across the South Coast, Cape and Island since 1978, C2 Vehicles has the ride for work, play, and everything in between. Broken PS5 or Xbox? A+ Repair specializes in all repairs, including game consoles, computers, smartphones, and tablets. Walk-ins are welcome, and most repairs are done in less than an hour. 508-962-2394 or aplusrepairs.net for more info.
Reed Custom Soils, a subsidiary of the AD Makepeace Company, is New England's most experienced precision soil blender. Reed is the leading provider of lightweight planting soil for green roof installation, stabilized stone dust for nature paths and pedestrian walkways, bioretention and rain garden soils, and specialized soils for athletic fields, including your Spillane Field. To learn more, visit reedcustomsoils.com.
8th inning here at Doran Park with Bourne in control. 4-0 on the Gatemen. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters coming to the plate. Henry DeGiorgio, Noah Sheffield, and Jason Wax still going against the reliever Will Harrigan in what will be his 3rd inning of work. He's allowed just 1 base knock over 2 innings. And now for Harrigan, over 4 innings of work overall against the Gatemen, has given up just 1 hit with a pair of strikeouts and a pair of walks. DeGiorgio steps in from the left-handed side. First pitch from Harrigan. In there for strike 1. Bourne blew this game open in the bottom half of the 7th. Plated 2 runs. Finn Edwards came into the game, got the first 2 outs, but then 5 hitters in a row reached base to make it 4-0. 0-1 pitch to DeGiorgio. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wareham looking to start a comeback. They've only got 6 outs to do it. Obviously still time, but time is of the essence. 1-1. Misses high and away from Harrigan. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously it's a little bit more extended in a 4-0 game compared to 2, but Wareham's certainly capable of it. Still 2 innings to get 4 back.
2-1 offering, high and away from Harrigan. The count draws to 3-1.
But you can't let your foot off the gas. Try and apply pressure. Been shut out through 7. But even though it's a 4-0 game as opposed to 2.
3-1. Misses outside. After a strike to start off the AB. 4 straight balls from Will Harrigan. And Henry DeGiorgio jogs down to first.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Wareham not out of it. And if you go down on 3 pitches and don't put together competitive at-bats, then obviously you're going to come away with the loss, but still a chance to give it your effort.
Before the pitch is thrown to Noah Sheffield, a pickoff attempt over at first on DeGiorgio. He slides back to the bag safely. Sheffield at the dish for the 3rd time in this game, 0 for 2 up to this point. Another look over at first, and that time Josiah Overbeek thought that he had DeGiorgio. Scott Landers out of the dugout for Bourne. Mike Hinojosa had the best look over there at first, and he called safe.
Not this again. Last time we were here, Scott Landers walked out, stood right there with his toes on the foul line, and sat there for minutes arguing the call. For Henry DeGiorgio, why are you not getting down and sliding there? He went back standing, and that's why it looked so awkward and why all the fans here at Doran Park thought it was easily going to be the first out of the inning.
Well,
it just looked awkward.
Landers makes this a little bit more brief this time. He heads back to the dugout on the third base side. Hinojosa back to the bag at first.
We already got our mandatory manager yells at umpire for 5 minutes on the foul line, I guess.
That happened with Ryan Smythe earlier in this game. Another look over at first, and this time the ball gets away from Overbeek. Bourne goes to chase it in right field. DeGiorgio hits second. He's over to third. So after Landers comes to argue the call over there, Harrigan tries to go back. This time he overthrows it, and DeGiorgio just 90 feet away from Wareham's first run of the game.
And it was interesting. It looked like Mike Hinojosa was about to call interference on Overbeek. Got hung up with DeGiorgio as he tried to take off for a second, but it didn't matter. DeGiorgio goes corner to corner.
So now a runner at third. Still no pitch thrown to Noah Sheffield. Here it is. It's a strike down the middle. DeGiorgio over at third off the throwing error from Harrigan. Both teams having an error on their pitcher for pickoff attempts over at first. The 0-1 to Sheffield. Golfed into left field. This should be deep enough to score. DeGiorgio. Bolton catches it. A long toss in. Not going to make it there in time. It's cut off. DeGiorgio scores. Sack fly for Noah Sheffield, and it's a 4-1 ball game.
Do your job. If you're Noah Sheffield, put Wareham on the board. You get one back. Still work to do, but goes to the top of the order now for the Gatemen.
That the first run that Will Harrigan has allowed against the Gatemen over 4 1/3, and believe it or not, that also the first sacrifice fly of the summer for Wareham. Comes here in game number 28. Jason Wax at the plate, top of the order, grounds the ball over to second on the first pitch. Medlock throws over to first, makes it there in time, and 2 down.
Give a lot of credit to Will Harrigan and what he's done. Doesn't let the start to the inning, and after that pickoff attempt that got away from him, doesn't let it get to him. Helps when you've got, a sizable lead at your back, but still commend him for what he's done out of the pen. It was supposed to be a day where Bourne felt like it was at a disadvantage when it came to the pitching matchup, but after Bourne sent out Noah Scott, he was spectacular. Will Harrigan continues to roll.
Now Foster Apple at the plate. First pitch from Harrigan. Down in the dirt for ball 1 against the righty. Apple 0 for 3 in this game. He's had a couple of hard hit balls the last 2 times he's been at the plate, but have found the gloves of this Bourne infield. 1-0 pitch from Harrigan. Tapped back to the screen. We'll do it again at 1 ball, 1 strike. On Apple, who recently committed to USC Upstate, out of the portal from Stetson. Trying to find his footing, is currently in the midst of a 3 for 28 spell. Harrigan set at the belt, comes home. Big cut and a miss from Apple. And the count's 1-2. Bourne will have chance to pad its lead in the bottom half of the 8th with the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up. See if it's Finn Edwards or a different arm for Wareham. TBD on that. 1-2 pitch from Harrigan. down in the dirt. Foster Apple lays off of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bourne looking for win number 14 this season. Wareham still trying to claw back in this game, hoping to avoid being 9-19 headed into the All-Star break, looking for that double-digit win. Harrigan stares down at the pitch comm on his left wrist, comes set, and fires. Swing and a miss from Apple for strike 3. Second strikeout of the evening for Will Harrigan. He does allow a run, though. Wareham on the board. 1 run, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 8th with Bourne up 4-1 here on Cape League TV.
Hey, it's me, Wizzy. Water Whiz is the ultimate vacation. Huge slides, a not-so-lazy river, and more ways to cool off than you can count. Plan ahead and save. Tickets as low as $39.95. Rally your crew and lock in your date.
For a good piece of glass, call Abby, located at 3 Tyler Avenue in East Wareham. Call Abby Glass and Locks about getting a free quote for your windows, doors, locks, and other glass needs.
Hi, this is Stephen Goulston. Homeowners choose Mario's Roofing because we're fair, honest, and provide quality services. Call Mario's Roofing today for a free estimate. 781-344-2420. Mario's Roofing. We won't soak you to keep you warm and dry.
We've hit the bottom half of the 8th here at Doran Park between the Gatemen and the Braves. Bourne in front, 4-1, a chance to pad its lead before trying to get the final 3 outs in the top half of the 9th. But first, an Alyssa Watling intuitive call to the bullpen for the 5th time in this game for Wareham. Bryce Turner on to try and keep this a 3-run game.
6'7", 250-pound right-hander, the rising senior out of FIU. Dan, how about this? The 2 tallest pitchers for Ryan Smythe, he goes back-to-back. Finn Edwards at 6'7", and then Bryce Turner also at 6'7". Making his 4th appearance of the summer. He's been really good for Wareham. A 1.8 ERA across 5 innings of work. Has allowed 5 hits in those 5 innings. 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and double the strikeouts. And just like Finn Edwards, last pitched 3 days ago against Orleans. It was an extended outing for him. 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was not earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts here in a 4-1 game.
7, 8, 9 hitters coming to the plate for Bourne. Matt Bolton, Josiah Overbeek, and Elliott Medlock left, right. As Bourne looks to get some insurance in what will be a save situation come the top half of the 9th, and Wareham will have its 3, 4, 5 hitters to the plate, but still 3 outs to go defensively. Bolton steps into the box. Turner toes the slab. Comes set. Fires the first pitch. Fouled off on the third base side. No balls, 1 strike.
I do like the approach from Ryan Smythe today, trying to keep all of your guys fresh, use a ton of arms, keep everyone's pitch count down. Almost feels like an extra day of rest as opposed to one guy going 30, 40 pitches.
0-1. Chop foul, and it feels like the 3 relievers of Barfield, Edwards, and Turner have kind of become the cream of the crop out of the bullpen for Wareham, so good to get all 3 of these guys action ahead of the break. And obviously, Turner still pitching important innings. This is a 3-run ball game. Here's the 0-2. Misses down low, 4-1. Turner last pitched against Orleans, 3 innings in that game. He gave up 1 run. It was unearned with 3 strikeouts. His ERA at 1.8 over 5 innings for the Gatemen. His 1-2 is slapped up the middle. DeGiorgio tries to field it in the hole. It goes off of his glove into shallow center field, and it's a leadoff single for the left fielder, Matt Bolton.
Good effort from Henry DeGiorgio. Tried to keep it on the infield grass, knock it down, but even if he did get a glove on it, would have been a nearly impossible throw. Leadoff single for the Braves.
Josiah Overbeek steps in, 0 for 2 in this game. walked to lead off the 5th inning, but was picked off by Mike Atakis. Turner looks over at first and now comes home. Big cut and a miss for strike 1 from Overbeek. We'll see how ambitious and aggressive Bourne is to try and manufacture a 5th run in this game. Turner set and fires. The 0-1's in there. It's back-to-back no-ball, 2-strike counts for Bryce Turner to start off his outing. Has been locating the zone really well to start off. Bolton creeps off the bag at first. Turner delivers. His 0-2 is down in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Turner quickly ready. Comes home. Misses outside. He's tried to go to that spot on the outside part of the plate in back-to-back pitches. Has missed there twice. Brings the count to 2-2.
Man, I like what he's doing. First 2, kind of working away inside.
Here's the 2-2. Poked foul behind the plate by Overbeek.
But it's keeping the first baseman on his toes. Give 1 at the top 3rd, 1 down at the knees, and then back-to-back pitches away, trying to keep him off balance.
2-2. Misses upstairs. The count runs full. Obviously, Bourne pushing, trying to pad its lead ahead of the 9th. Turner comes set and fires. Runner on the go. The pitch misses outside, so it doesn't matter. First walk issued to Josiah Overbeek. Now runners at first and second with nobody out.
I like what Ryan Smythe did. Went to back-to-back high-leverage guys in a game that you really wanted to win heading into the All-Star break. And you've really got most, if not all, of your bullpen at your disposal. But on the downside, he just hasn't gotten his best stuff from 2 of his top relievers.
That is for sure. Elliot Medlock, the second baseman, steps in. This feels like a bunt opportunity if there ever was to be one. Runners at first and second with nobody down. The corners creep in. Bunt is squared for a second, but he pulls it back as the pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Lira started to creep up. Same with Cuff over there at third. Bolton at second and Overbeek at first. As Turner battles with the 9-hole hitter for the Braves, who's over 2 in this game. Medlock squares before Turner even comes set. The pitch misses outside. Lira got a huge jump on it. He was basically in front of Turner by the time the ball hit the glove of Levi Clark. Count goes to 1-1. Turner and Medlock playing chess. Medlock inches up, squares once again. Here's the 1-1. It runs in, hits his bat, comes foul. And he fell to the ground as the ball hit his bat. Seemed like at the end of it, tried to use the bat as a method of defense on Turner's fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's laughing about it, which good for him because I know that I wouldn't be.
Not at all.
Fastball comes in that high at your eyes. No thank you.
See if he tries to square once again here. If he puts it foul this time, it would be a strikeout. Corners still pinched in. Turner's 1-2. Foul behind the plate. Clark chasing it. He can't make the play. It bounced just before the brick backstop behind home plate. And we'll do it again at 1-2.
Really good effort, though, from Levi Clark. Looked like the way that he slid on the dirt might have scraped up some of his knees, but
would have been a tough play regardless there.
100%.
And especially charging against a brick backstop. Always somewhat of a concern. And now Medlock steps back in. Still 1-2. Corner's still in. Turner's offering. grounded in front of the plate, hits off of Medlock. So it's foul. Still 1-2. And what has been a long battle now between Turner and Medlock. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat coming. Medlock steps in. The previous 4 pitches have all been top of the zone to try and prevent the bunt. Turner is going to go over to second. Remind Bolton that he's there. Nobody out, runners at first and second. The Braves up by 3, looking to pad the lead. Turner fires. It was swung at, tipped into the air, and caught by Levi Clark. So it's a strikeout on the play, though. Bolton goes over to third. He got a late jump, but is in there. Runners at the corners off a wonky strikeout for out number 1.
It was a juggling act from Levi Clark after the ball went in and out of his mitt. And you have no chance of throwing out Matt Bolton. And right now, in the current situation, that's not your main concern either. So getting that first out, double play ball into effect, won't be easy though. Blake Schaff coming to the plate.
The leadoff man, who is 2 for 4 in this game, singled with 2 outs in the 7th, came around to score as the 3rd run of the game. First pitch. Weak chopper over to third. Cuff charges, throws to first. A nice stretch by Lira is in time. Coming in to score on the play is Bolton. Overbeat goes to second, and it's 5-1 Braves.
Really good play from Connor Cuff. Slow roller that died right next to the pitcher's mound, and he charged, got a bare hand on it, threw on in time. So obviously if you're Bourne, you'll trade a run for an out, but Wareham still, that's a building block right there from Connor Cuff.
Bourne now leading by 4, so the save situation out of play. Rustin Rigdon at the plate with Overbeek at second. First pitch from Turner misses outside, 4-1. Rigdon has had a productive day as well. 1 for 2, a pair of walks, has come around to score twice. Turner set, fires the 1-0, finds the zone, 1 ball, and now 1 strike. You would assume that it would be a new arm for Bourne in the top half of the 9th, as Will Harrigan has already pitched 3 innings. But now a 4-run game, so who knows what Scott Landers will do. 1-1 pitch is smoked to the right side and through. Hitting third and coming home is Overbeek. The throw up the line, not in time. Going over to second on the play is Rigdon. And it's 6-1 Braves off the RBI from the center fielder.
This team just keeps hitting. Situationally, Bourne has been at its best today. They've got 8 Cape League All-Stars, and all of them have played like it, the ones that at least have been in the game today. Blake Schaff, an RBI, Rustin Rigdon, an RBI, and now Andrew Costello's got 2 already today. Digs in with another one in scoring position.
Costello was hit by the pitch in the 7th, loaded up the bases, and then his brother brought home 2. First pitch from Turner is a strike. Rigdon over at second after his RBI single. He advances to second base on the throw-in from Cruson in right field, which was up the line. Bourne with back-to-back innings with 2 runs on the board. 0-1 from Turner. Misses down low. 4-1. And now if you're Wareham, feels like you just want to get out of Doran Park and get to the All-Star break, regroup, and try and come back with a sharper focus for the last stretch. 1 ball and 1 strike against Costello, who's been the best hitter in the Cape. On the move is Rigdon. The ball is into shallow right, and it drops. Rigdon will score easily. It's a 3rd RBI single for Andrew Costello in this game. He has been unreal, and the Bravos lead 7-1.
And he just keeps hitting, and Rigdon gets a little bit of a head start. I think he would have scored either way, but still, Bourne has been really good, consistently generating offense from the 4th inning on.
And they have poured it on here in the bottom of the 8th. 3 runs. Now Luke Costello at the plate. First pitch he sees, fouls it straight back to the screen. It's back-to-back RBI singles for the Braves offensively off the bat of Rustin Rigdon and Andrew Costello. Luke Costello had the 2 RBI single with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 7th, which made it 4-0 at the time. Turner fires the 0-1. It misses down low. 1 ball, 1 strike. This a little bit of a gut punch for Wareham in the bullpen department, seeing guys like Finn Edwards, Bryce Turner knocked around by this Bourne offense that has really come alive here in the later stages of this game. 1-1. Popped out of play on the first base side. Turner just a pitch away now from getting out of this mess.
That foul ball, Dan, went right into the seat of a lawn chair, but it was vacant.
That's an unfortunate break.
I know. Talk about having a foul ball hit right to you and you're not there. Hope the hot dog's worth it.
1-2 from Turner. Swing and a miss from Costello. 2 of the 3 outs come by way of the K for Bryce Turner in this inning, but 3 runs all earned here in the bottom half of the 8th off of 3 hits, 1 runner left on base. All Bourne up by 6 going to the 9th here on Cape League TV.
Cranberry Federal Credit Union stands apart by combining the heart of a community-driven credit union with the spirit of an educator. We don't just offer banking. We teach, guide, and support every step of the way, ensuring our members gain the confidence and financial stability to thrive. With deep local roots and a commitment to lifelong learning, we're more than a financial institution. We're a partner in your success. Finding a good personal injury attorney is very difficult. If you or your family member have been involved in an accident, hurt at work, suffered a slip and fall, or have been injured due to the negligence of someone else, contact the lawyers at Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. They are experienced trial attorneys who practice in all the courts in the Commonwealth. The firm has been recognized by Best Lawyers in America for outstanding legal representation. Contact Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP today. The firm is located at 267 Main Street in Wareham. Reddy Kiernan and McNally LLP also has offices in New Bedford and Falmouth. Call 508-295-0286 or visit their website at www.rkm-law.com. Cranberry Federal Credit Union has been proudly serving the community of Wareham since 1962. Please check out our rates for your borrowing needs. For the parents of children, explore a Cranberry Kids Club account and its 5% annual percentage rate for the first $500 deposited. Cranberry Federal Credit Union. We are harvesting financial success.
Top of the 9th in a 7-1 ball game after Bourne puts up 5 runs over the last 2 innings. Alyssa Watling, intuitive call to the bullpen. Owen Hancock from Ole Miss out to get the final 3 outs.
Just a 2-pitch mix for Hancock. It's a fastball that's low to mid-90s, and then a cutter that stays up a lot of the time. But Hancock, might just be 2 pitches, but they've been dominant so far throughout his Cape League summer. He's only tossed 4 1/3 inning, Dan, but in those 2 appearances, hasn't allowed a run, 5 hits, 3 walks. So the whip in the opposing batting average is up and kind of below average. However, he's done a nice job stranding those runners and not bringing them across. He's got plenty of run protection. 7-1 lead into the 9th.
To the point where the entire bullpen for Bourne has come into the third base dugout. There is nobody out there. That rail has been basically vacant the entire game when Bourne's been in the field, now stacked to the brim. Connor Cuff at the plate from the left-handed side takes a first pitch ball from Owen Hancock. Bourne well on its way to a 14th victory this season. Currently holds a 2.5-game lead at the top spot in the West. 1-0 is chopped back to the screen for strike 1. For Wareham, if they are to not pull off a 6-run comeback here in this top of the 9th, they will fall to 9-19 on the season. Stay 2 games back, though, of the final playoff spot, with Catuit falling to Falmouth earlier today. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball over to the right side. Ranging over is the second baseman Medlock, but it gets over his glove and into right field. That's a leadoff single for Connor Cuff.
And what a bad break for Elliot Medlock, who tried to make a sliding stop Would have been a bang-bang play, but right as he slid down on the outfield grass, it hit the lip and then skipped right over his glove. And a leadoff single now for the Gatemen.
Now it'll be Dylan Dubovic at the plate, who is 1 for 3 in this game, has 1 of 4 hits for Wareham. Hancock fires. Weak fly ball into shallow center field. This shortstop Blake Schaff moves over, makes the play on the grass, and there's one down.
Felt like the wood might have split a little bit in the bat of Dylan Dubovic. Now 3 straight times that he's been retired.
It'll be Chase Cruson, the right fielder. Next to the plate, steps into the left-handed batter's box. Duff over at first. The Bourne dugout making some noise. Excited to see their team pull off a win in just a couple of outs if they are to hold it. First pitch to Cruson. Misses down low. Wareham staring down the barrel at being below 10 wins, headed into the All-Star break, a break that they certainly need. 1-0 pitch. High fly ball into shallow center field. It'll be the center fielder, Rustin Rigdon, to play it in left center. And Wareham's down to its final out.
Cruson just gets a piece of it. Didn't love the pitch, but tried to barrel it up. Couldn't do it, and now it's up to Levi Clark to extend this ball game.
7-1 the score. Connor Cuff singled to start off this inning, but back-to-back flyouts has Clark as the potential final batter for Wareham ahead of a couple of days off. Hancock stares down at the wristband. Takes a look over at first. Nobody holding Cuff. Fires the first pitch to Clark. It misses upstairs. Adam, anything in particular that stands out to you that Wareham needs to improve coming out of the break? Obviously, there's a lot, but listen, there's going to be 12 games left on the other side of this and still time to fix it all, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're still with a chance to
1-0 is
playoffs.
Out of play on the first base side. Definitely a chance to still make the playoffs. I mean, they head into this break just 2 games back of Katuit, as there was a big scramble for that foul ball on the first base side. Multiple kids trying to get it. A huge scrum.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike to Levi Clark as
I think
steps off the mound.
Yeah, I think the main thing, Dan, is offense. There's been too many really, lifeless performances. No really other way to put it.
This another one. 1-1. Smacked into left field. Bolton going back towards the track. And that ball is off the wall. Hitting third and coming home is Cuff. Clark pulls into second. You mentioned offense. There it is. An RBI double for Levi Clark. Cuts it to a 5-run game here in the top of the 9th.
Exactly. And nice job from Levi Clark there. Was probably a foot or two away from making that a home run, but instead extends the game and makes it a 5-run.
He's one that will play in the All-Star game tomorrow. Hope that he brings some of that pop over to White House Field. Should be a fun one between the East and West. And Clark right there came into this game on a 1-for-21 spell. 2 for 4 in this, 2 for 3, I should say, in this game. Had a walk in the 5th. Now Tony Lira at the plate. He's 0 for 3. First pitch. Lira cuts and misses, top of the zone for strike 1. That was Clark's 7th RBI of the season and his 7th double. He has been crushing those extra base hits. And that puts him at 2nd in the league for 2 baggers. A 1 pitch. Cut and a miss from Lira. Wareham down to its final strike here in the top of the 9th at Doran Park. A big pause from Hancock on the mound. Now comes set and fires. Lira smacks it over to the right side and through the hole between first and second. Clark is going to get held up at third Runners at the corners for Wareham here with 2 down after the single from Tony Lira.
Still want to make the last out on the bases. I understand it. In a 7-2 game, that run is not going to make or break this comeback. If DeGiorgio gets on base, continues to pass it down the line, then those runs start to become more aggressive.
DeGiorgio walked in the 8th, came around to score, trying to extend this game. First pitch to him. Misses below the bottom rail, 4-1. Wareham has generated some positive offensive momentum. 3 base hits here in the 9th. Matches their total from the rest of the game up to this point. Trying to keep it going. Lira takes off, but DeGiorgio fouls the 1-0 out of play. Nobody holding Lira at first. It was basically a free bag for him to take. He'll jog back there.
In a 7-2 game with 2 outs in the 9th, you understand why.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. DeGiorgio back into the box. Hancock sets. Fires. DeGiorgio chases it down low, and now for a second time in this game, Wareham down to its final strike. DeGiorgio trying to do anything possible to keep this one rolling. Hancock can smell the win. Comes set at the belt. Comes home. Lira on the move. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. Wareham scores 1 here in the top half of the 9th, but nowhere next to close enough. 7-2 your final here at Doran Park. Wareham drops to 9-19. The Braves up to 14-11-3.
Yeah, frustrating one, certainly. Wareham uses a lot of its better arms, and it was a regression of a performance for the Gatemen today. But now the All-Star break, we've seen Wareham start to gain momentum before a day off and then lose it. Now on the flip side of it, Wareham loses a couple of games now with a chance to flush it and get back after it for the home stretch.
The Gatemen drop back-to-back games going into the All-Star break, and now 2 games back at the final playoff spot in the West. Final score lines: Wareham 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. Bourne 7 runs, 10 hits with 1 error. That's going to do it for our broadcast here tonight at Doran Park. For our entire crew, the third member of our team, CeCe, Gabriel, my partner Adam Hipsky, Dan Shalam signing off. We will see you after the All-Star break. Enjoy the weekend.